Your dog drags its butt across the new living room rug. It stares at you intently while you eat, a string of drool hanging down. It decides to hug your guest's leg without any ceremony. Be brutally honest. You look away. You feel a hint of shame, maybe you give a nervous laugh and apologize. It's the standard reaction. But this reaction, this instinctive cringe, could be the biggest mistake you're making in your relationship with your best friend. Behind these bizarre acts, there's a secret code, an emergency language that most owners choose, for their own comfort, to completely ignore.
What if I told you that ignoring these signals isn't just bad manners, but a real risk? That each of these repulsive habits is actually an urgent message your dog is screaming at you in the only way it can? In the next few minutes, we're going to stop looking away. We're going to face the truth head on. I'm going to guide you through the 5 most shocking behaviors and decode the disturbing truth they hide. I promise you one thing. By the end of this video, your embarrassment will be replaced by a state of alertness that could literally save your dog's life. Let the investigation begin.
Case number 1, the trail of shame. The scene is a classic. You're in the living room, maybe with guests, and your dog starts dragging itself across the floor, rubbing its butt on your cleanest rug. The mood gets heavy, people don't know where to look. Your first impulse is to scold it, to say aloud, "No," right? You think it's a lack of hygiene, a dirty habit, or a provocation. But the truth is, while you're worried about your reputation, your dog might be in a state of physical agony, and your scolding only adds confusion to its suffering. The reality is far more alarming than you can imagine.
The shocking truth is that this act, scooting, is one of the clearest signs of pain in the canine world. 99% of the time, it indicates that your dog's anal glands, 2 small internal sacs, are impacted, inflamed, or severely infected, causing unbearable pressure and itching. In other scenarios, it could be a sign of worms or severe skin allergies. Therefore, what seems like a repulsive act is in fact a cry for help. It's your dog telling you, "I am in terrible pain back here, and I don't know what else to do to relieve it." It needs a vet, not a scolding.
Case number 2, the awkward embrace. Now the moment every pet owner dreads. Your dog, whether male or female, grabs a pillow, a stuffed animal, or in the worst case scenario, a guest's leg, and begins the infamous humping motion. It's the kind of scene that makes anyone want to disappear. The immediate reaction is to separate them, embarrassed, and apologize profusely, assuming it's a purely sexual act, an excess of hormones. But this is the most superficial and almost always incorrect reading of an extremely complex behavior. The shocking truth is that this act is rarely about sex. It's an overflow, an emotional short circuit. It's one of the most common ways a dog releases pent-up energy, anxiety, stress, or even profound boredom. It's also a social behavior, a clumsy and misunderstood way of trying to establish dominance or test its position in the pack hierarchy. Instead of seeing a pervert, you should see an anxious athlete who isn't getting enough exercise. Understanding these codes is the secret. And if you want to keep decoding them with us, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next revelation. Case number 3, the forbidden feast. The scene is from a domestic horror movie. You come home and your bathroom trash is completely overturned. Pieces of toilet paper, chewed up cotton swabs, maybe even feminine hygiene products scattered on the floor. The initial reaction is a mix of disgust and fury. You think, what a disgusting dog, why would it do this? You clean up the mess, maybe put it in a timeout, and move on. But this attitude is dangerous because you're treating the symptom and ignoring the potentially fatal illness hiding behind this repulsive act. The shocking truth is that this fascination with trash can be a clinical sign of a disorder called pica, a compulsion to ingest non-edible items. This can be triggered by a serious nutritional imbalance where its body is lacking minerals and tries to find them anywhere it can. It can also be a symptom of metabolic issues, severe separation anxiety, or chronic boredom. It's not being bad, it's responding to an internal command that could lead to a fatal intestinal blockage and a very expensive emergency surgery. The overturned trash is a red alert.
Case number 4, the intimate investigator. This one is universally embarrassing. Guests arrive, and your dog, ignoring all social conventions, goes straight for the most uncomfortable mission possible, shoving its snout deep between your guest's legs. You pull the leash, turn red, apologize. It's a disaster. You wonder why your dog, so lovable, insists on being so inappropriate and invasive with people. The answer lies not in bad manners, but in the extraordinary superpower it carries in its nose. It's not being rude, it's being a dog at its peak performance.
The shocking truth is that your dog is a walking chemical lab. Its nose has up to 300 million olfactory receptors, compared to our meager 6 million. A human's private region is a rich source of pheromones, which, to a dog, act as a detailed biological passport. With one sniff, it knows your gender, your mood, your health status, if you've been near other animals, and even if a woman is pregnant. It's not being a pervert, it's collecting data in the most efficient way nature designed. It's science, not awkwardness. And if this revelation surprised you, subscribe, because we have many more secrets like this to uncover. Case number 5, the recycled meal. Prepare your stomach, because this is the behavior that tests the limits of even the most devoted owners. Your dog eats, gets sick, vomits the food on the floor, and before you have time to react with a paper towel, it turns around and eats it all again. Or, in its most shocking variant, coprophagia, the habit of eating its own feces or that of other animals. It's an act that, to our human minds, seems to be the definition of repulsive, the urges to scream. But this revulsion blinds us to the instinctual and medical reasons behind the act.
The shocking truth is that this could be an echo of survival instincts. Mother wolves eat their pups' feces to keep the den clean and free of scents that might attract predators. Regurgitated vomit was also a way to transport pre-digested food to the pups. Beyond instinct, it can be a serious medical sign of nutrient malabsorption. Its body didn't get what it needed the first time, so it tries again. It's a desperate attempt to get the vitamins it's lacking. Instead of disgust, this act should trigger a question in you. What is missing from my dog's diet?
Repulsive, embarrassing, shocking, and, as we've seen, a form of communication. It doesn't have words to say, I'm in pain, I'm anxious, or my body needs help. So it uses its body. It uses these habits that make us turn away. From today on, your challenge is no longer to scold the act, but to decode the message. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of these bizarre behaviors has your dog done? And what was your reaction before watching this video? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story could be the missing piece to someone else's puzzle, creating a stronger, more informed community of owners. And because we know that understanding is the first step, but taking action is what truly changes the game, we've curated something special for you. If you want practical solutions for anxiety, boredom, or to ensure the perfect nutrition that can prevent many of these problems, take a look at the links we've left in the description and in the pinned top comment. They're products and tools that we trust. If this video helped you, leave a like and subscribe to continue being the best detective in your pet's life. Our next investigation is already beginning.